Come on.
Taking its time.
Twitchers. There we go. Dames and heren, meisters and younguns, and welcome back to F1 2020, and we've come to the last race of our multiplayer season.
I think Chris is about ready to admit he might not catch me in the championship.
I'm not going to catch you in the championship, I know that.
Although I don't want anymore because my points are currently a unit of RAM, so I kind of don't want to score anymore. Nice to finish at 5-12. Another 26 will make it nice.
But yeah, this is the last one of our little multiplayer championship, multiplayer season, and then from here we will end up looking at doing 100% race.
Doing some special things, doing some different things, some, you know.
Do some specials.
Just keep it entertaining for you all. As we said before, comment down below if you've got anything you'd like, particularly within the realms of F1 2020, of course.
Yeah.
If there's anything you'd like to see, any particular tracks, setups, then, yeah, we're game to you.
And I mean, it doesn't seem like we've been doing this for that long, but
Well, it's got to have been 11 sessions, really, hasn't it, minimum?
yeah.
11 recording sessions. I think 50% race distance for like a championship works nicely. It's just it's long enough, as like I said about that race where I managed to come from the back and still win it.
Yeah.
It's long enough that you can make a mistake and you have a chance to recover, yet it's not... We don't seem to have lost half our lives doing this.
No.
Yeah, I mean, my personal family fishing, I think it's a nice balance. I'm not saying I've told you I want to do a couple of hundreds, I want to do a full championship of hundreds.
I'm going to, with my...
You have a little more free time on your hands than I have.
Yeah, but...
Although then again, the way the world's going, I might have more free time on my hands soon, but we'll see how the world...
Who knows?
All I know is I thought to myself, well, there's one thing, if we do another like furlough, Watchdog Legion at the end of the month.
Yep.
I've got Mafia, I've got Affinity Wars, it give me a chance to catch up on a bit of a backlog.
Yeah, well... Watchdog Legion is another one I'm going to drag you into.
Oh yeah.
I'd like to go sort of see what happens with that and, you know, possibly drag you into that.
That'll ding dang do.
Second, that'll do. You know, I want to drag you into that and obviously...
It's a shame Mafia doesn't have any kind of multiplayer.
Yeah, that'd be good.
I think the Mafia 3 map would actually really work for multiplayer.
It would. Yeah, you got 2 seconds off me on that. I cocked up big style on one of the tight corners.
Part of me was debating whether to throw it away and start last just for a challenge, but...
I did that one race, actually, on my season, started last on purpose, just so I could get the Phoenix.
Yeah, I think I got that in our season.
You got, yeah, you did. You got that in the season. Oh, what? Really?
You're kidding. Oh no, I thought it was raining the way you were talking.
No, I actually want to go that way and possibly do that. Yeah, I'll do that. but yeah, Mafia 3 would have been nice.
Ooh.
You took a risk there.
Yeah, you don't take the risk. As I once said, if you don't go for the gap, you're no longer a racing driver.
Yeah, this corner after this long straight I ended up stuffing.
What, in quali?
Yeah, and that's what...
I like how you're telling me that as we're coming to this corner and you're behind me.
Yeah. I ended up messing that one up, so it was a case of...
I deliberately didn't go straight for the apex then, just in case.
You think he knows what I'm capable of?
I do, that's the problem.
Yeah. Ooh.
What's that?
You then. You jolted from the right, suddenly jolted from the right to the left. But it was the way you did it.
No, wrong with the way I did it. I think I just destroyed a Rolex sign. Sorry. I prefer Tag Heuer.
Yeah, it's the Fiat... I can't remember what the hell it was. Fiat Stavlion Quadra, whatever the hell it is.
No, that's the Alpha.
No, that's what I meant, the Alpha.
Alfa Romeo Stelvio Quadrifogliolo.
Yeah.
Or something like that. I'm still sitting on the fact them Julius. About if typical Alpha depreciation grabs them at like 3 or 4 year old, they're going to not be a bad purchase. You're getting a 2.9 litre Ferrari V6 and 500 off in a 4-door saloon. Yeah, so that's something a bit different to all your AMG Mercs and your M Series Beamers.
At least it's not a Mustang.
I like Mustangs.
Apart from the new one. They just look...
They're not bad.
Hang on,
Sometimes I do feel the need to take out a crowd.
What are you on about? You on about I'm on about the electric one, the one that looked like...
Oh, you mean the SUV Mustang? No, I mean an actual Mustang, your 5 litre V8.
No, I'm on about the one that just looks like a Tesla with a Mustang badge.
Oh yeah. No, I was on about an actual Mustang.
Oh yeah, no. Still can't beat that one.
Okay, DRS is now available.
That car I saw when I was got Legoland that time. The one I got the photographs of. It was just nice to hear that. I just literally wound the windows down and listened to it go off at a set of lights. Yeah.
I was doing that in traffic earlier on today with a Merc E63.
Really?
The proper one, the V8 bi-turbos.
Oh right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The proper the V8. There's something about the AMG Mercs, they always sound like they've stubbed a toe on the door on the way in. They just sound pissed off. Yeah, they really do. They've just got such a good... Merc have nailed that, just that exhaust note. Brilliant.
Yeah, they got a good grunt about them.
Well, it's not that, it's the fact that they just bark at anything that gets close to Yeah.
But it's just, I don't know. I mean, if you had the money, right? Just out of example, if you had the money, what car would you buy?
What do you mean by the money? What? It's funny we're having these because I'm the weird kind of person. I wouldn't have a supercar. I don't really about 200 bloody like normal cars. There's so many stuff that isn't particularly amazing to people, but just that I really like.
Well,
I mean, like I was in traffic today in Wigan and a set of traffic lights. There was a St Helens, sorry. There was an 8 Series BMW, the old 8 Series.
mm,
You know, had the wedge shape.
yep.
Those are seriously nice and very rare these days. Now, I wouldn't be going out buying like big Ferraris. I'd be buying shit like that.
See, I probably want I'd want something like a Scooby, but like
It also depends on what I was. If I was doing a lot of motorway time, I'd want some big cruiser. Whereas, you know,
if I had the money, I'd have a track. I'd have a separate race car to obviously go and bomb over to Germany with and bang it round the track, or actually
I'm the kind
find
of
it,
person that
or find a
I'd
track
do something like that with like.
track here.
If yeah, I think it's like your best, especially in this country, would be something like an MX-5.
I can't.
Jokes aside,
I can't fit. I probably couldn't fit into an MX-5
You know, that's fat.
height-wise.
We'll just have the roof off all the time. Look over the windscreen. You know, honestly, especially if you're going to track down England, because we don't have that many huge tracks.
Hmm.
I mean, even someone like, you can pick them up for not a lot of money, I don't particularly like them, but a BMW Mini.
Yeah.
Strip most of the interior out, put an LSD in it, some sticky tyres, and you would actually have something that would be an absolute laugh on track.
Hmm.
Because you just send it round all corners on these door handles. Yeah, it's, sometimes your best sort of track cars aren't necessarily big, powerful.
No, you just get an old fucking old Mini. Kid it out.
They're getting a bit rare, a bit expensive. That's, you could pick up
You could pick one up for about fucking £2,000. I think.
less than that. I bet £2,000 would get you it with your track prepared as well.
Yeah, probably.
You could buy a Mini Cooper.
Well, there was
Probably for one of
there
the first of the BMW ones, probably for about 800 quid.
well, there was a place here. I don't know if they do
Coastal
them
Racing.
anymore.
Coastal Racing, yeah, they still at it.
What, in my town? The Mini place?
No, they're in Lancaster.
Ah, no, there was like a place where actually got old Minis and restored them.
Oh,
It
those
was-
down near Booker's.
No, I don't know. I thought they were near Speed of Sound. I thought they were down that way.
There's a spot opposite Booker's that used to do Volkswagens.
I don't know. But
You know where Steele's is?
Mm,
On there.
yeah,
There used
but,
to be like camper van shells there and all that.
yeah. Well, this one was across from where B&M is, like the South Lakeland Mini Centre or whatever the hell it was.
Yeah. We're not sponsored, by the way, folks.
No.
This race is brought to you by South Lakeland Mini Centre.
I mean,
Yeah, it's,
I don't know. Like I said, I would have an old. I'd have the old Scooby.
I get what you mean about. I get what you mean about something for a track car, but like I say, just to me, it wouldn't necessarily be a bloody 400 horsepower,
I think I'd have.
or even an old Beamer like you took to Ring going back to last episode. Once again, buy one
What,
of them. You can
the
pick one up, sir.
What, the E36i? Or is it the
Something
E35?
like that, yeah.
Is it the E36 or the E35?
36. Because the 46 was the M3 generation. I think they're on about E90 now.
I'd have to have a look at the.
I mean, you're talking like mid-90s square headlights.
I've got
Probably in a
pictures.
coupe.
Got pictures of the fucking car. I don't know. I think I'd have the Clio. I think I'd have a Clio for a track car. Get an RS. Well, they actually have a Clio.
A
They have-
182. A 182 or something like that would be a good little.
They've got a. I can't remember what they've got. I think they've got.
Maybe an RS or a 197.
They've got an RS.
Yeah, but slightly older than that, used to be the 172 and the 182. Which were good little. I mean, if you're going down that avenue, I'm biased towards them, and yeah, they need a bit of work, but Focus ST170.
Ooh.
You could buy one for 800 quid now. They weren't that quick in stock, guys, but there wasn't a lot of work needed to actually get them.
No.
But once again, if it was for a track car, strip it out, stiffen the shell a little bit. You know.
Well, what about the Focus, the ST one?
Yeah, you mean the 225 with the Volvo engine? Getting the whole point I make is what I'm saying is be something quite light, which one of those would struggle to fit into. We're talking like Clios, like Mini. I'm talking something quite small. Not necessarily. I'm going down almost the catering philosophy. Doesn't need a lot of power if it only weighs the same as a backpack. And the thing about something like that on track is you can drive that at 100% comfortably.
Yeah.
Which is more fun than having something with a shit ton of power that you only utilise in half of.
Yeah, well, like I said, if I had the money, I'd do it. I really would.
Luckily, he has Gran Turismo, so he doesn't need it.
Well, the car I actually was... Because I couldn't get the E35 or the E36 or whatever it was, I actually was doing it in the... Remember the old Beamer that was on there?
Yeah.
I was doing it in that. Just because it was a Beamer, it was a rear wheel drive, and I was just...
Yeah.
But the thing was... The thing that took it away from me was the fact that I was doing it on a controller. I wanted... I wish I'd have been able to get it on a wheel. That would have helped me a lot more. But I'm still here.
Yeah.
I tell the tale.
Mostly in one piece.
But no, like I say, if we ever did that, that'd be really good to do.
It'd be something to consider. I said it as an offhand joke. Some of the things actually, if we could make the costings work and everything,
if we could look at costings for stuff, like I say, fly directly into.
Because I'm assuming we could
Germany.
do it, like, if you said you buy the car by the laps, well, they'd probably do you a deal if we did like 3 laps a piece, because we're only going to take the car there once.
Yeah, you only take the car there once. Well, the way that they do it is basically, if we hired the car, right, for 5 laps, it's a set price. Any additional laps we wish to do, they then charge you €69 per extra lap.
Yeah.
So if we said, look, we want to do 6 laps.
6 was just a round number because of 3 each. You could set it on 5. I don't know.
That's what I mean. If we said, oh, we want to do, 6 laps. There's 2 of us, 3 laps each, sort of thing. Yeah. And you book your slot, so it'll say afternoon slot or something like that. We sort out that price with them before we book it, and then see if I can do it that way to book with them, and then all we need is to pay for fuel for what we use before we take the car back, and then we actually get the video of our laps. They send it through to your email.
Alright. Yeah, it's okay. There's another one of those offhand comments I'm quite good at making. That actually, there's probably some legs in it if you took the time to look into it.
Like I say, I've got all the race car stuff, and the car hire company that I would use would be Avis, because like for hire car, because I'm obviously because I'm a preferred member, so with so many rentals I can get you know free rentals
I
and
guess
discounts
you
and
don't
shit.
take their car around the Nürburgring.
Not allowed to. Their cars are fitted with trackers.
Yeah, I know.
That's why when we went there, I had to go and park at the rental place, because they might have got a bit thingy
If you saw
with...
the car was near the track, might have, yeah.
Yeah. So it was a case of, right, let's just find out where the parking is near there and park it up there. But it's right near the place, so we parked near there and just... So we're alright. But it's just... Yeah, it is, honest to God, it'd be something I would love to do again, and I'd love to actually see, like I say, if we did it, we would be, we'd have to practice again. You'd have to practice, and I'd have to practice as well. Again, just, I know it's virtual, but it gets you to know the track. Even if, like I say, even if we weren't streaming, so say we were on Gran Turismo and we just got two cars and just sort of cruised the first lap of the... I tell you what a good game would be to do it on, because you actually get the tourist drive track. Assetto Corsa.
Oh, I've got that.
Yeah, you actually get the tourist drive track on it.
Yeah. I've got Assetto Corsa over there, I'm pretty sure. Can't see because the lights out, but I remember that one I've got.
But that, like I say, so I've got that. But it's, like I say, you get the actual tourist drive layout, so that is something that you could practice on and get used to, but you've got Assetto Corsa handles a lot differently to Gran Turismo. And it'd be just a bit of fun just to sort of, you know, you cruise it and then, you know, if there's anything, if we did it together and then sort of, well, I'd turn around and say, well, right, we'll just watch that corner, because that corner's quite lethal.
You didn't just get to the cars behind us, by the way.
Yeah, because they've pitted.
I know, but still, goddamn. I mean, I'm pulling away from you, but we're leaving them for dead.
Yeah, I know, but...
I made not met back markers, yeah? Because it's a slightly longer track than Brazil, though, so...
Yeah.
Up there they are, they're like 4 corners ahead of me. Hopefully I'll pit before I meet him looking at it.
No, you won't.
Why?
Because if you're running the same strategy as me, if you were running the same strategy as me, then you would, if you're going to meet back markers within the next couple of corners.
You don't know when I'm pitting. I could have already pitted for you, know.
You haven't.
I might have done.
I've been paying attention to the timings. And the top, I'd have seen it. I mean, what I'll do, once we finish, I'll actually... Jeff, shut up. What I'll do is I'll send you their website so you can actually have a look at their cars and look at the prices. I'd preferably not like to, I wouldn't like to go back in the Beamer again, because it's a bit of a bitch. It's nice to drive, but it's a slog. One thing I will say is, trying to talk to
Well,
each
did you have
other.
somebody in the car with you?
No, I did when I did mine, but it wasn't. It was me and a friend. That was it.
Oh,
But
right, fair enough.
trying to talk to each other was pretty impossible.
Yeah, well, it's going to be a stripped out race car. Well,
Yeah.
probably, with plan, you probably have like the headsets in or something, make it easier, but obviously we won't be allowed to record. You're not allowed to film your laps, are you, from on board?
You're allowed to take pictures. You're not allowed to do. You're not allowed to do time lapse.
Hmm.
You can film and take pictures.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. That's how I got them. It's how I got pictures, because my friend was taking pictures when I was driving. So, but we had the video. We knew we had the video coming from them lot.
Yeah.
So that's why we didn't film. We just did pictures. We did, you know. You make a day of it as well, because you go down to Devil's Diner as well when that was open.
Yeah.
And you can get bite to eat there, and like I said, generally if there's a good group of people, you get talking, and if you're talking about you know, you see some bloody money's worth there though. You don't have.
Oh yeah.
I think once things settle a bit
Once the
more,
world goes back to normal.
I think, like I said, once things settle and if we get a bit of a reprieve, I think that's something we should actually look at doing. I think that'd be cool.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm game.
Well, I'm fucking game for it. Any excuse to go back there.
He's got a bird out there, is what he's not telling you.
Funny.
Alright, a bloke then.
Funny.
Don't tell each other that.
He's trying to get me in trouble. You're lucky. If she popped in at that moment, I'd been for nothing. For just accusations.
If it seems when he dies, folks, you know what's happened.
For accusations. There's enough of that shit throwing around right now. Not from me.
Yeah.
But
You need to slow down before hitting the corners. We don't want to get a penalty.
you know, it's just. Could you be let out of this country? Is my question.
In me or in general.
No, you.
In this lap, push now.
Yeah, they let me out, and no problem is letting me back, they consider. And somebody else's problem if they let me out.
I think it'd be good fun.
Well, it'd be a laugh. Good experience.
It'd be interesting to see how you fucking drive as well.
I'm a van driver, so perfectly is the answer.
I mean, in a race car, on that track.
It'd be no different to driving a van, and if anybody works watching, that's false. You guys have the tracking feeds. Accidentally, I'll have pinged the tracker today without realising.
You what?
I'll have pinged the tracker today without realising.
Oops.
I know, I'll get her. They won't do it. All it was I've been sat alongside the car, and it's one of them where I'm sat on cruise at 75.
Yeah.
And this car's decided to do 75 as well, but once I'm alongside it.
Yeah, that's.
So I just planted my foot down. Next thing I look down, it's sat nav reading 84.
Oops.
Oh, balls.
But
Worst of all, I'll get an offhand comment from office staff. There'll be no, action against it.
well, you don't do it.
No, I'm not. Most of the time I sit at 75 anyway, because it's...
No, but you know,
Sometimes I don't drink a lot of fuel.
yeah, but you don't. You don't generally have your. You don't generally have your heavy foot.
No, it was just one of them moments. Like I say, it happens all the time, especially when you're in a van. Some people think a van pulls alongside, oh, I can't let that get past me.
Yeah.
and they'll just pace match. You end up sat in fast lane, because they're in middle lane, you're stuck behind you, and
Strategy complete.
luckily my van doesn't have a physical limiter on it, so I can just flex the ankle and
Yeah, but
push it past.
at the end of the day, if they shouldn't be sat in the fucking middle lane, was
Well, exactly.
the other lane empty?
Pretty much, yeah.
They
I think
shouldn't-
we passed the wagon and then, oh yeah, we're correct. Another.
They shouldn't have still been sat in the middle lane. It's actually now illegal to sit in that middle
Oh,
lane
yeah.
if you're not
The inside
overtaking.
lane's clear, yeah.
If the inside lane is clear, it is now an offence on the motorway to sit in
Either the outside lanes.
either the outside or the middle lane. Unless the only time you're allowed to sit in the middle lane or the outside lane is if there is a traffic jam.
Obviously, the inside lane is used as a what's the word?
Or an accident.
No, that's not what I meant actually. When
No, the
lane
hardship.
one becomes like a contraflow.
Yes.
You know, like when you run up to junction at M60 and M6 where lane 1 briefly becomes the M60 runoff, doesn't it? Then obviously you're allowed to be in lane 2 because if you're not going down the 60 you don't want to be.
Yeah, junction 30.
It is
Where-
about 30, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it's a Manchester junction.
Yeah,
Yeah,
M60, M6.
Yeah, you're allowed to sit in
Sure,
lane
but-
2 only because that lane then becomes a runoff to that junction. Even though,
I want to say contraflow, I don't know if that's not the right
No,
word. There's a word for it.
yeah, no, contraflow.
Contraflows when they put traffic coming the other way on the wrong side.
Yeah, contraflow's the A590. Pfft, Brett Hull.
Oh, it's a pain in the arses at the moment.
But yeah, no.
I'm having to go to work through Milnthorpe most mornings
Oh,
because you can't get across the bypass.
I know you
Get
can't.
across the motorway.
because they blocked the
Mm.
roundabout off because it's been used as the recovery area.
Yeah.
It's got the wrecker sat there. But have you noticed though, it's not just a standard size van, it's a heavy wrecker that's
Oh yeah, there's two. If you
set
get a
there.
wagon that dies in the middle of it, it's someone that can.
Oh yeah.
Because there's two at that end and there's two at the bottom end as well.
Mm.
But, oh yeah, the big heavy machine in there.
Oh yeah. Just imagine that, car breaks down. Send a heavy wrecker out to it. Oh, that's a bit overkill. But it's to get
It
it
gets it moving.
it's to get it out of there as quick as possible. And not pull it to pieces. I remember the AA. My one of my old cars, was it my car or was it my sister's car? It was either my car or my sister's car. The tow hook was a bit fucked on the car and they ended up pulling the bastard off.
Right.
I think that was my sister's.
That's one thing I don't like with modern cars is total screws in. At least on the older stuff it was physically welded on. It was always there so you knew exactly where it was.
Yeah, but I think the reason why for the modern cars and the tow hook is to stop it from corroding and...
It's not that, it's because of the way the plastic bumpers are made.
Oh yeah. You just...
Because obviously they've got to be around the chassis arm to give them max strength. Now modern cars have the bumpers wrapped right around them.
Yeah. But... I mean, it's interesting watching... I remember watching, there was a wagoner brought down just outside of... Is it Romney Road?
Aye, I know what you mean.
Bottom set of traffic lights. Before college. In Kendal.
Yeah.
I can't remember. Can't remember if it's Romney Road or what the fuck it's called.
Something like that. Because the pub's wrong as you go up the hill.
Yeah. Well, a wagon broke down on them set of traffic lights. I watched them.
Oh, always good for causing chaos.
Yeah, I watched them heavy wrecker pull this wagon out. It was a Volvo as well. It was the old classic Volvo, not the new style Volvo. It was interesting.
The Harley's F10.
Yeah.
I bet
And
you.
I can't remember without actually looking at the pictures. I got pictures of it.
The Harley's F10.
And they had 2 wreckers there. Now why 2? Because one had to tow the fucking trailer, because they towed one of the tractor units away. And a wrecker had to take the trailer. Didn't keep it as a double unit.
Depending on the power, the lower motor. Well, the generally guy, what they'll do is, if they break down the motorway, they'll pick up wagon, trailer and all to get them off the motorway.
Hmm.
And then they'll sort them out on the services or... Because basically, if something breaks down on the hard shoulder, number one project is get the damn thing off.
Yeah,
Pick
well,
it up and piss off with it.
they had to move it out the way. Obviously, it took the trailer, and then I think there was a wagon parked.
Depending on who it was, chances are that company would send down another unit to pick trailer up.
Yeah, but it wasn't there at the time. I mean, it took them 2 hours to just sort the damn thing out, and it was getting chaotic.
Whoa, that was weird.
What?
A car went under the pit lane exit as I went over. And so I just saw somebody's name tag appear through the tarmac.
Yeah, you do.
Scared the shit out of me. What were you racing me for, pal? You're a backmarker. Piss off. You come out of the pits behind me and start getting racy.
Yeah, they do.
You're a bloody backmarker, mate. Sort your life out.
I actually think when we do that month of games, I think we should go back and do some Gran Turismo. We've not played that in a decade.
Well, to be honest, the thing about that month of games is we'll probably have to, because we're going to need 30 games.
Yeah, well, it'd be nice to go back to like Gran Turismo.
Actually, I'm pretty sure we have got 30 games, but it's going to take a bit of...
Yeah, but... get you on the Nürburgring. I might actually...
I'll just show you up on a track that you claim to know.
I'm thinking about a Assetto Corsa as well. What do you mean, show me up on a track I claim to know?
I wondered if he'd call that comment or not.
All he needs to do is look at my YouTube channel and he sees the videos.
Well, I'm not claiming you've been there. I'm not denying you've been there.
You've seen photographs, haven't you?
Still, when I showed you food bar.
It's just a shame the way the weather was. I was a bit gutted because I was gonna drive around to the other side where the grandstands and everything are and actually get photographs and stuff, but the weather sort of after we'd driven turned pretty bad.
Yeah.
So I was pretty gutted. I got my t-shirt though, which my friend bought for me. I didn't know they bought it, and it says I've done the Nürburgring, and I got that after we'd driven it. I didn't know till when we got back to the place we were staying. And one thing I hadn't realised they'd got me was, you know, the petrol lighters.
Yeah.
They got me a Zippo lighter with the Nürburgring and all that, the Nürburgring track on it, and Nürburgring, obviously, it's the logo of the Nürburgring on this lighter, and I didn't realise they'd got me that. I've not used it. I've just kept it in the box. It's too nice. It's too nice to use. I think though, if went back again, I'd get another t-shirt. Get some more Nürburgring gear. You can buy it online, but for the price, including like shipping and stuff, because there's like, that's why I wanted to go over to the main other side, because they've got the bigger shop with all the merchandise and stuff. I like my merchandise.
I've noticed. Like all that lovely GametimeUK merchandise you can purchase on the store right now.
Yeah, teespring.com/stores/GametimeUK.
Check it out, buy some, send us a picture of it.
Yeah, would be nice. There's a nice Hoof-Hearted collection there as well.
That'll be a game left have another look at. Red Dead again.
Well, we've got that. GTA, we've got to do GTA at some point as well because it's the start of the new.
Yeah, we'll stick that in this week, I think. Well, next week now, I guess, 'cause it's starting technically. We're doing Wednesday or something.
Well, we've got Farm Sim tomorrow.
Sunday, then we've got Monday.
I have no idea what we were doing.
How much?
Yeah.
You've been wanting to put that in for a while and we've never...
Well, yeah. No, I haven't. Get out of the way!
No.
Not you.
Don't get out of the way.
What the fuck are you racing me for, you prick? You're a backmarker.
Keep doing it, good job. Your check's in the post.
It's Roth. It's like he's a backmarker and it's like...
He's getting some practice in racecraft.
And the game's finally realised that he's a backmarker. Fucking hell.
The game's actually been set up semi-cleverly in that sense that it doesn't instant blue flag. I actually like that. Because it means if you're unlocking yourself, you're not going to get blue flag the second you get in front of the leader.
No.
Yeah, there is some sort of like cleverness to it.
Alright, get out of the way, Nobed. Thank you. Alright, give me DRS, give me DRS, give me DRS. Come on, come on, come on. I just haven't got the ERS energy to... Oh, right, he's going to get DRS off me, and he's now... I don't even know if that's even allowed.
What's that?
I've just watched an AI overtake another guy on the blue flag condition.
Yeah, it's allowed.
Because he was pulled over to let me pass, and matey boy was in my in my DRS and my slipstream.
Yeah, there's not a lot they can do about it.
Okay. I didn't think that was...
In real life, in that situation, you'd find a driver wouldn't pull over quite as hard as that.
No, but... Yeah, me getting stuck in this traffic's giving you the gap now.
I've always had the gap. It's been up about 20 seconds pretty much since I hit it.
Wasn't. It was at 18. 17, 18. But then I got stuck in traffic and then it's...
I've only just been so clear the load about Mark there and I've got a bit of free time. I could just time it up, feels like a fortnight.
I mean, you know... When was When was the next, or when is the next Race to Perfection episode? Is it the 14th?
I have no idea, because to be honest with you, I'd let 2 or 3 rock up and then just binge watch them to Skyplayer. I hadn't... Because the beauty is with the Skybox, if you download them off the Sky Player, you don't get adverts in.
Yeah, I know that. No, I'm just wondering, like, when the next one was.
I couldn't tell you.
Because... yeah, I watched 2 last night.
Yeah, well, I've watched 2, so me and you are about the same level. I don't know if there's been any, I think there might have been a couple more since, maybe 1, maybe 2 more.
But, yeah, it is really, really good.
I told you. I've been raving about it to a few people, yeah, if you like your F1,
Oh, yeah.
and you're interested in the history of the F1 as much as...
Yeah, but it's nice to hear about stuff from,
Yeah.
like, the likes of...
Oh, I'm always fascinated, and it could not just F1 anything, the history of how we got to where we are. You know, because F1 cars now are fucking amazing.
Fuel target is +1.
They are.
What they went, you know, how we got there, and because you see all the people talking about the Tyrrell fan car.
Yeah.
He said you had to enter corner at 12,000 RPM and you could do it flat out, but if anything failed, you flew off the track.
Yeah.
It actually got banned. It actually got.
Mm.
And what it was, they discovered because of the way it worked. If there was any stones or out on road it ran over, it was picking up and spitting them out at back.
But it's like that car when they were on about it, I was like, wow, that thing is nuts.
Oh, it was absolutely insane. I think when they built it, they knew it was never gonna
No.
stand. It was a purely a look what we can do.
Yeah.
We have 5 laps of
Which unfortunately we've kind of lost that from F1 now. You don't get the old team trying the okay, you got Merc with the funny camber adjustment this year.
Yeah, but it is also because of regs as well, isn't it?
Right. Which to me is kind of nothing. I always liked letting the creative side work because there's a lot of stuff we have on roadcast today we can thank F1 for. All your ABS tracks into a lot died out in Formula 1.
Well, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, speaking of which, my car decides to do a power slide.
But, you know, at the end of the day, it's like you say, you as much as you dislike the Halo, without it,
Oh, I've no doubt it does its job. I have some serious reservations about it still.
yeah,
Number one, I was luckily not in a situation, how did I get a driver out of an upside down car?
well, yeah, that's what I've always thought, is how they're going to do that.
Weather report.
It's not going to rain.
It's still like looking around clouds. That's what it's gone dark, but I guess it's supposed to be in like late evening, isn't it? So
Yeah. But you know, it's a case of, yeah, how were they supposed to get the upside down car?
yeah, if a car flipped upside down, how would you don't really want to start trying to flip the car over with the driver in case how would you safely get him out with the Halo in the way?
I'm sure that they would probably know how. I'm sure
I've
they
no
probably.
I've no doubt people more intelligent than me have seen this problem and worked around it.
I'm sure they have rehearsed it.
You know, look at one at Hulkenberg ended up on his side at this track.
Yeah. But the
Same thing happened to the thing was it their line at Monaco. And Jensen Button punted him sideways and it propped up against the barrier.
Yeah. But
It was that race where Jensen Button sat in for Fernando. One he got to be in a race, Fernando he said to him, look after my car.
yeah.
What was it? Button replied, I'm going to pee in your seat. Well, everybody's shitting it.
There's 3 laps of fuel remaining.
It's gonna be interesting to see Alonso back, and if you know you've got the likes of Kimi still there and stuff.
I want to agree with you. I just can't help but think of Schumacher's return in the Mercedes. That's the problem. That didn't work. That didn't work for him, unfortunately.
Yeah, didn't work for Schumacher, but the think in Portugal for Matey Boy's test for his debut now.
Oh, yeah. For Mix.
Yeah, and that other guy.
Yeah. He's a guy who's actually in the F1 game. Was it Callum Melloff or something like that? Was the other one that,
Yeah.
I think I had him as my driver at one point.
Yeah, he's the other
I
one.
taught him everything he knows.
It's gonna be for Haas and Alpha Tauri, I believe. That's the two that they're going to be put into.
They're both basically Ferrari feeder teams.
Yeah, and that's why they're getting the chance in them, because of... I could see somebody possibly like Mick Schumacher going back to Ferrari.
Well, I think if he's... I mean, let's be the first to say that just because he's got that name doesn't necessarily mean he's going to be an amazing driver. I know he's already leading the championship, but, you know, let's not think with another 8 times world champion coming, because that's not necessarily the case.
No, but I think he would go back. I think he would follow his father and go back to Ferrari. I think he would go to Ferrari.
I've no doubt he would. I've no doubt that Ferrari are looking at that. Because, like I say, it's Ferrari that put him. If they put him in an Alpha, that's a strong sign that they're thinking.
Yeah, because the other one's going. I can't remember. Was it Haas or AlphaTauri?
More likely Haas, because AlphaTauri are not a Ferrari team.
Well, they're both got a separate. They're both going to separate teams.
Yeah, I think Ferrari are sort of working on Mick Schumacher to potentially be. Because as much as I quite like the guy, and you know, best hair in F1, Giovinazzi I don't think got Ferrari main team potential.
Well, there's a couple of seats up for grabs. There's 2 seats. There's 2 seats going. I'm not entirely sure if it was. Don't think it was Racing Point. I think it was. Is it Haas? There's 2.
There's only 1 lap.
But do you reckon they're going to kick out both drivers? It wouldn't be full time.
Well,
you know my opinion on Grosjean, and unfortunately I do quite like him, but he's just not.
Yeah, there's 2. I think there's 2 seats at Haas going because of them 2.
Now Kimi's sort of just on a rolling contract at this point, I think.
Yeah.
Perez. I bet if they wanted to bring some young blood in, I bet they'd step him aside fairly fast.
I don't think he'd be happy about it, if I'm honest.
Have you ever seen Kimi happy? He's won world championships, I still don't think he's ever been happy. I take my time, and when I drive, I take my time. What? Wow, I finished with plus 0.10 of fuel left. I ran that bitch down to the wire.
I bet you did. Whereas I went with a comfortable 0.8 left.
Oh no, I think he's lucky if Mike makes it back to the bit.
That's interesting.
That's interesting.
Max Verstappen gets too close to Mercedes for comfort. Valtteri Bottas has a feeling the pressure of Lewis Hamilton's excellence this season, and it showed in his expletive-laden radio message after his victory in last race in Russia. In many ways,
Wow.
What?
I'm looking at the race director.
I got a penalty. I think you did as well, did you?
I think me and you are going to have a meeting with the stewards.
Oh. Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, I think me and you would get a conversation with the stewards office there.
Yes.
And that brings us to the end of this season. I think it's a close call, but I think we can call a winner.
Yeah.
You probably had one of your best showings in all the time we've done this.
Mm-hmm. Apparently, Mick Schumacher was really upset over F1 debut. He...
Do we not get like an end of championship rundown anymore?
I don't know.
Oh yeah, league some confirming results. I think you can confirm. I think you have to do that, do you?
Yeah, I do. I basically do that. And it practically confirms the standings. Which is not bad.
Oh, I thought we'd get like a thing showing like the end of championship, but no.
No.
Okay, I won 232 points clear of you. By my maths.
Yeah. I was just trying
And a
to...
shit ton clear of the AI. Wow, Aaron Barnes, the one who scored no points all season.
What the hell? So, anyways, guys and girls, we're gonna end this one here. So, yeah, thank you for
We are
joining
the
us.
champions, my friends.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. All links will be in the description, and we shall see you next time. So until then,
So long and thanks for the fish.
goodbye for now.